G'day, I'm Mick Holton. I'm the Shooters Fishers Farmers Party candidate for Monero. I'm also the President of the Volunteer Firefighters Association and I'm a volunteer firefighter. I'm here at the fire shed checking the fire trucks, and I'd like to take this opportunity to share with you some connection between politics and my fire service. First of all, I want to show you the magazine, the official magazine of the Volunteer Firefighters Association. It's called the Volunteer Firefighter. And if you have a look at the title on the summer edition, Stop the Rot. It's the rot in the New South Wales government that's led me to side with the Shooters Fishers Farmers Party, because the Shooters Fishers Farmers Party have done so much great work for the Volunteer Firefighters Association. They've done so much great work with the power in the upper house, the balance of power. They've done a lot of great stuff around the state, and they'll continue to do so. They've got so many candidates running in this next election. It's the rot in the New South Wales government that's led me to want to stand for the people of Monero and be a strong, powerful voice for Monero. I want to share with you a story that was produced in our magazine. This was a story that was produced by Melinda Pavey when she was Shadow Minister before 2011. Just as a point of interest, we often will publish content from politicians if we feel their content has got something to offer our membership base. On this occasion, Melinda Pavey, as Shadow Minister, was doing her best to discredit Labor at the time. And she said in her article, budget papers show that when the New South Wales Labor first came into power in 95, 96, total expenses for the bushfire services was 71 million. This has increased to 262 million for the RFS in 2010-2011. Over the same period, full-time staff at the RFS has increased from around 90 to 770. This is a remarkable increase, which I know causes a degree of consternation amongst some volunteers. They were the words of Melinda Pavey, and we liked what she had to say, so we published her comments and her article. But is the coalition government any better? Now let's look at the figures. 2017-18 annual report said that the RFS budget went up to $385 million and staffing went up to 948. Wow, now that's out of control, so they didn't do any better. The Liberal National Government is now blaming climate change with every step of the way to justify these sort of expenditures. But the real problem is lack of land management. I mean, regardless of where you sit in the climate change debate, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work out that large fuel loads that used to be managed once by Aboriginals, large fuel loads are the reason why we're having such big fires. There may certainly be climatic complications, but fuel is the key. And land management is the key to addressing many problems we have in New South Wales. But what did the coalition do about it? Well, you know what they've done in recent times? They've restructured our Parks and Wildlife Service. They've cut the guts out of it. We've lost fantastic capability. We've lost experienced people. We've lost a whole lot of bushfire fighting capability from national parks. Now, as I said, proper land management has many other benefits to us rather than just being limited to bushfire risk management, including water yield, management of invasive animals and weeds and other plant life we want to control. She went on to say that in a speech to the Bushfire in a Changing Environment Conference in Sydney 2004, the then RFS Commissioner Phil Coburberg spoke of the need to find a balance between fuel management and conservation objectives. I believe this goes to the heart of an ongoing tension within the government and one which has never been effectively resolved by New South Wales Labor. This tension has been exacerbated by a revolving door of New South Wales ministers for emergency services. Now that revolving door kept spinning even after the coalition took charge. So there's some real problems there and they didn't fix the problems. Here's what happened when the coalition government won power. Melinda Pavey, she got spat out. She was immediately dumped in terms of her emergency services role in favour of Mike Gallagher. Mike Gallagher, a Liberal MP, told the VFFA in his office on 5th of September 2011 that he had no time for the emergency services role. After being named in an ICAC inquiry, Mr Gallagher resigned and Stuart Ayres walked through the coalition's revolving door. Stuart Ayres, also Liberal, offered the VFFA one interview that lasted 15 minutes and he spoke for 13 of those. After the 2015 election, the revolving door revealed David Elliott. Now, David Elliott, Liberal, told the VFFA that the RFS volunteers are just part of Dad's army. Then came Troy Grant, National Party, the current Minister for Emergency Services. And as Mr. Alan Jones on Radio TGB said, "You're a disappointment, Troy." I'd have to agree with that statement. We've tried to work with Troy on many issues and we've had no joy at all. What else did Melinda Pavey write about? She stated, "We will reduce any paperwork burden that can be shown to act as a barrier to hazard reduction." Now, a lot of people that I speak to complain about this, complain about the restrictions for sensible and balanced land management that may include fire or other legitimate purposes for the use of fire. But unfortunately, appropriate land management isn't happening under a coalition government. Cool cultural burning isn't important to this government, doesn't seem to be important. Putting fire on the ground for any legitimate purpose is becoming increasingly more difficult with loads of red tape and restrictions. And you know what? The fires are getting bigger. The fuel loads are increasing. So if you want to get behind me, you want to get me to be in a position where I can be a powerful voice, as I have been for the VFFA, working for the Monero, you can do a few things for me. You can share this video. You can talk to your friends about me. You might want to put a sign up. We've got these core flute signs that can go in shop fronts. I don't have the massive budget that John Barilaro is going to have. In fact, I stand against that extreme wastage. So we're going to keep it nice and simple. We're talking to people. We're getting these sort of signs up. I've got another one here. Your powerful voice. We can get these up if we can. Sing out and I'll get these to you. If you see this sign, it means I'm door knocking in your area. I'd love to catch up with you. I'll do my best to get around to as many people as I can. I've already started to do some of that sort of work, and I'm keen to, I'd love to be able to chat to everyone, but I don't think that's possible. So I really would appreciate getting your support. We're going to need people on booths. We could use some donations. I'll put some links on my Facebook page if you want to donate a little bit of money towards this campaign. So thank you very much for your time. All the best.